Okay. So we're going to have our ball and block and make sure that the ball is quite soft. But we're not going to use the ball until we're down on the floor. Okay. So, our usual checks while we're standing and spreading the toes out. You know, if you've had shoes on all day, you just take them off. Just try and get those toes to move individually and to stretch them out. And then just work your way up, thinking of the building blocks, pelvis, sitting as level as possible. And then ribs on top. And then shoulders relaxed. And we're going to take the arms up in front, palms facing each other. We're going to start with a bit of rotation. So pelvis is going to keep facing forwards. We're going to draw back on one side, let the head and shoulders and rib cage all move together. So exhaling as you pull back, breathing into the center. Exhale to the other side. Breathe into the center. And last one. And let those shoulders just relax there. So if we take the feet apart, quite wide, we're going to do sumo squats. So feet quite wide apart, arms out in front there. You're going to breathe in as you sit down, and you're going to exhale to return. So we want to make sure that those knees are going out to the sides. Thigh bones are kind of spiraling outwards, and then return. And the next time you come down, we're going to stay down. And then we do either alternate heels or both heels. So whichever option suits best for tonight. Okay. And 3, 2, last one, back up, bring the legs back in and give them a little bit of a shake out there. So staying with the feet or the knees and all the way up to the hip joints there, we're just going to take one heel off the floor, then the other heel, and then take the first one down and the second one down. So keeping that pelvis level. And if we look at it sideways, you know, one knee bends, then the other leg comes up and they're both straight, and then the other knee bends. So you're trying to just get as much movement through the feet and the ankles and all the way through the leg. And last one. Okay, and let those feet relax back down to the floor. So then if we come back up to the top of the body there and just take those hands onto shoulders, and we'll just bring those elbows towards each other. Just 3 more. 2. And last one. Okay, so standing with your mat out in front of you, 3 roll downs, and the last one we go down to the floor. Breathing in, lifting up those arms. Nodding the head. Exhaling as you curl over. Breathing in and then exhaling to return. Breathing in. Exhaling to curl over. And uncurling, and then your last one. Holding the head. And then this time, bending the knees, walking out onto the mat. So then we're going to end up on our backs. We're going to take the block. You put your ball in front. Okay, I'm just going to adjust the camera. So we want to lie down so that that ball is in between your shoulder blades. So not right up at the neck. Okay, adjust the lights on. That might be better. Okay, so let me have a check to see what I can see. Okay, so if it doesn't feel comfortable, maybe take a little bit more air out of your ball. So you don't want the rib, you don't want the rib cage arching away from the floor. So as much as possible, we want to have the rib cage just in its natural position. Okay, we'll just wait till everybody's settled. But just while you're lying there, just breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. And try and let the feel a little bit of widening, opening across the collarbones. Okay, so the tops of your arms, the rounded bits at the tops of your arms, your shoulders there, just let them feel quite heavy. Okay. So keeping your knees bent, and then we're going to lift up both the arms. Fingertips pointing to the ceiling and just reaching up to the ceiling, and then let the shoulder blades kind of mold around the ball. So you're keeping your arms up. When you reach up, the shoulder blades kind of slide away from the ball. And then when you let the shoulder blades sink back down, they're kind of molding across the ball. So breathing in as you reach up. Exhaling to return. And we'll just do one more. Okay, so then we keep those arms, or those shoulders, I should say, firmly connected on the ball, and then you breathe in and you open both arms out to the side, and you exhale to come back. Breathing in to open out. Exhaling to return. So the arms, they might go all the way to the floor. And if they do comfortably, then just let them do that. But if you feel that you have to force them to the floor, we don't want to do that. Okay, so you don't want to feel as if we're kind of pushing the rib cage up so that the arms come down. So the next time you've got those arms opened out, just find a comfortable position that you can keep them in for a little while longer. We're going to do almost like snow angels. So you're going to let those arms come up towards your head, and then you're going to take them down towards your body. So they're just floating above the floor. If you've got very mobile shoulders, they might actually be on the floor. But yeah, basically kind of as if you were doing snow angels. So one last one. Take those arms alongside and you're going to lift them up once more. Okay. And then we're just going to scissor those arms. So still on the ball, or shoulders on the ball, and then just scissoring, breathing in as the arms go one way, exhaling as they go the other. And then take those arms alongside the body again. We've got one more thing to do on the ball just now. Take both your hands behind the head so that your knuckles are touching your block, nodding your head, exhaling to curl up, breathing in. So breathing in and returning that head all the way back to your block. So getting a little bit of an extra stretch. And we'll just do one more. Take the head back down and then just kind of roll to your side so that you can take the ball out of the way. Don't put it too far away and take your block out as well. So you end up with either just your head on your mat or on a cushion if you're using one. So giving ourselves a quick check over again. Now that we're down on the floor. And always starting with that pelvis, making sure that it's lying as level as possible. So as you exhale, you're going to take one leg up to tabletop. Okay, and then without that pelvis wobbling, taking that second leg up too. Rechecking, make sure the ribs are still in alignment and haven't lifted away from the floor. And then take both arms up. Okay, so we've got both arms up and both legs. We're going to do toe taps or foot taps with the leg while the other opposite arm hinges overhead. Okay, so you're just very gently tapping the floor while that opposite arm hinges overhead. 3, 2, and last one, and just hug the knees in, give yourself a stretch. Stretch. Okay, so you're going to have feet back on the floor, hands behind the head, and nodding the head, eyes looking at those cheekbones, nodding the head, exhaling to curl up, breathing in to come down. So we're just going to do a few practice curl ups. And then we're going to stay up and curl up, keeping those hands behind the head, and then you're going to draw those knees up again to tabletop, one after the other. Okay, so if possible, taking the hands away from the head And hugging one knee in so that we go into our single leg stretch. So keep thinking of that chin kind of drawing towards your throat, but without squashing your chin down onto your chest. If you really struggle to keep the head up, if it's really not comfortable, then it's better just to take it all the way down rather than to be kind of in halfway, not quite up, not quite down. So hugging the knees in one at a time, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and then relaxing back down and just give those knees a hug. And this is a bit like doing child's pose, but on your back instead of on your front. So one foot back on the floor, hands behind the thigh there, and just stretch the leg. Stretch it. So straighten it out as best you can. Doesn't have to be up to the ceiling. It might be a bit more forward. Okay. Trying to keep that spine in its lengthened position, its natural position. Circle the foot and ankle. And then relax the foot. Want to try and take the hands away. And quite small circles with the leg. Really controlling that range. Use the other foot to push down into the floor, or a bit of pressure into the floor to help you with your balance, and remembering to do the other direction. So we're going for about 5 circles in each direction. Once you've done those, you are going to swap the legs around. So one foot on the floor, other leg up, and stretching it out. So just straighten it out as much as you can. Give the foot and ankle a few circles. Okay, and then letting the foot relax, taking the arms away, and want controlled circles. So we want to keep the pelvis level while we're circling. Using the other foot to help support. And changing direction. And once you've done them, once you've done your circles, you can take both feet back to the floor again. Okay. So hands behind the head once more. Breathing in to prepare. Exhaling up again. So we're going to take those knees back up to tabletop once more. Okay, and we're going to go for our 100. Okay, so you can keep one hand behind the head and lengthen the other arm, or you can do both arms. Okay, but just be careful with the heads. We want to try and keep that crown of the head so that it's, I could sit a book on top of it. If you really struggle with that, just take it all the way down. Okay, so your normal 100, pumping those arms. So breathing in, 2, 3, and out. So keep the arms lengthened. You're reaching those arms away. 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. Just remember, if you want to, you can always extend the legs. You can extend them out for a bit and take them back in. So that's halfway. 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, out. In, 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then we definitely need to stretch after that. Okay. So if we take those feet and knees back to the floor. So you're going to bring the feet and knees together, slightly different from what we normally do. So you're going to have your feet and knees together and you're going to have your hands behind your head. You're going to let the knees kind of roll to the side. Okay, and they're going to stay there. Then you're going to do your curl ups. But your head is curling up in the center so that you're looking straight ahead, kind of looking over the edge, over the side of your legs. Okay, so keep the knees tilted to one side, but the upper body is just staying centered. So just a different way of doing our oblique work. And 2 more on that side. So let your head come down, bring the legs into the center, and then let them tilt over to the other side. And then exhale to curl. And release it. So that we can feel those muscles on the side of the body there, around the waist, or along the side of the waist there. And the last 3 of those. And 2. And the last one. Bring your knees back into the middle and let the head come down to the floor. And give your head and neck just a wee roll side to side. Okay. So then taking your head cushion away. So all of those exercises where you're taking your legs up into tabletop, using the hip flexor. So we can use the shoulder bridge to kind of give us a little bit of a stretch out on the front of the body. So heels in towards your bottom and then curling up. And really work at keeping that pubic bone curled up. So pubic bone is curled up and then tailbone, end of your spine is kind of reaching to the back of your knees. Breathing in and then exhaling. Smoothly back down. So focusing on that movement of the spine, but also when you're up in the bridge, so that the knees are stretching forward away from you. So the next time when you come up into your bridge, lifting up those arms, holding, staying up your bridge, opening the arms out to the side. 3, 2, last one, and smoothly back down to 4, and then let the arms come down. So then coming up again, and we're going to take opposite arm and leg. So the leg comes up to tabletop, the arm comes up and then down, and then on the other side. So a bit like you're marching, we'll just do it again. 4, 3, 2, Last one. And then smoothly back to the floor. So if you take, you can pop your head cushion back in. Just before we move on to our sides, if you take the knees up, but let the lower part of the legs just be floppy, okay? So we're not thinking about what's happening to the feet, we're just thinking about the thigh bones. You're gonna keep them together. We're gonna take our arms out wide and we'll just do a little bit of hip twist there. But make sure that when you're tilting over, you're lifting up one side of your bottom, basically. Lift up as you go over and then back into the middle. So don't just let the weight do it for you. Actually actively lift up that side of your pelvis. And then back into the middle and lifting up the other side. Exhaling as you rotate and breathing into the center. And then just coming back to the middle, bringing these feet back to the floor. And you're going to come onto your side, but you're going to take your block first of all. We're going to line our sides, head on our block. Both arms out in front. So lots of rotation tonight. So knees bent, keep them together, both arms out in front. So breathing in, beginning your circle. So keep looking at your hand. And as long as you keep looking at your hand, that will make sure that your head and your shoulders and your ribcage all move together. And breathing in. Exhaling to finish. Another one in that direction. And then taking the arm down towards your legs and up and around. Breathing in and exhaling. So just keep those eyes looking at your hand. One more. Okay. So we'll just do the other side as well, so that then we can kind of put the block out of the way. So we'll just do the other side. Both arms out in front. Okay, and same here. So eyes following your hand. Breathing in as you begin. And at some point, exhaling to finish. Keeping those knees together, keeping them anchored on the floor. The next time you start a new circle, you're going to take the arm down towards your leg. And up. And around. One more. And back. Okay, so then if you put your block out of the way, and then just have the arm under your head, straighten out the legs, swing the feet forward, and then top leg, lengthen that top leg away. We're going to do bicycle to begin with. So you're bending the knees, it comes forward, and then you're straightening the leg and pushing as if you were pedaling uphill. Remembering to keep breathing in as the knee comes forward, exhaling to push. And then we're one more, and then you're going to change direction. So back pedaling. So bending that knee, pushing it behind you. And last one. And just give that knee a hug in and a stretch. Okay. So then if we bend the knees, both knees sticking straight out in front, so we want sort of right angles at hips and knees. And we're just going to lift that leg up to so that your knee is at the same height as your hip joint, roughly. And we're going to go up and down. So 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then push the leg back. We just can hold it there so it's kind of about halfway. Turn the knee down towards the floor. Turn it up towards the ceiling. So kind of in and out. Okay. And just 2 more. And last one. And again, ham stretch. We're going to come up onto the elbow. We're going to do our side kick up here, but so getting ourselves organized first of all. So knees bent, pressing down through the elbow, making sure that waist is lifted. We're going to do 2 lifts, but the second time you're going to stay up. So the first one is a practice go. So we exhale to come up, breathe in to hold, and we exhale down, trying to make sure that we've got our shoulder in a good position. Adjust if you need to. Exhale to come up again. This time you're going to stay up and you're going to extend that top leg and you're going to take it forward and back. Trying to keep the pelvis level. 4, so we're not doing too many. 3, 2, and last one. And bend the knee and come down. So switching around to the other side. So arm under the head, legs together, swing them forward. Top leg hovers just at hip height and we do our bicycle kick. So breathing in as the knee comes forward. And exhaling to push away. Okay, so remember moving with your breathing. So you're breathing in and out. And then you're going to change direction so that leg comes forward and then you push behind. Make sure or check up what's going on with the ribs and pelvis so that they're not all just wobbling about too much. Last one of those. And give that a good stretch again. So then knees bent, both knees sticking out in front and your shins parallel with the edge of your mat. Okay, so you're just lifting that knee up to hip height there and then open and close. So you're not bringing the knee all the way down to touch the other knee. Okay, so you're opening and closing. Two more. And then just push your knee sort of halfway back. so that you can then, you've got space to turn that knee down and then up or in and out, really. And never force your leg to go further than is comfortable. Don't overdo it. And 3, 2, and last one. And stretch that out. Okay, so up onto your elbow. And with bent knees, pressing that elbow down on the floor and checking up on the, making sure elbow's under the shoulder. Okay, and we want to keep the chest open. So we lift up once, we exhale, we lift up once, we breathe in to hold, and we exhale slowly down, and we kind of make sure that elbow and everything's in a good position. Then this time we lift up again and we hold it there, and we stretch out that top leg. And then, so with control, taking that leg forward and back. Okay. 4, 3, 2, last one. And then bend that knee and come down with control. And then you're going to turn around and into child's pose and have a good stretch out. And we'll stay off the shoulders. We'll stay off the shoulders for the next couple of exercises. And shoulders and wrists will stay off. Oh, excuse me, I'm getting cramp in my own foot. So have a good stretch. Okay, so then coming all the way down to your tummies. And we'll just keep the hands together, one on top of the other rather, forehead on the hands, and we'll let those legs reach out behind us. So drawing that belly button away from the mat and then exhaling to lengthen and breathing in to relax. So exhaling, breathing in. So just one leg extending out behind you at a time. And try and keep the foot relaxed so that all the action, all the activity is really coming from much higher up the leg, up round the hip joint. Last one of those, and then if we take the hands away from the forehead and have those arms, both arms out in front, and we'll do a little bit of arms only, and then we'll put it together. Okay, so we need to get the shoulders into a comfortable position, belly button drawn away from the mat, and then hovering one arm and releasing. Exhaling to hover and breathe in, release. Okay, so depending how you feel, you can add in that opposite leg, or you could carry on doing just the arms, or you could take those hands under your forehead again, and you could do legs only. So there's lots of variations. Okay, so 3, 2, and last one. Okay, so pushing back to all fours. Okay, and exhaling as you round, that's fine. So just regular cat stretch. Exhaling to round. Breathing in to extend. So go back to that middle position. Keep your spine lengthened and just slide the weight back and slide it forward. So without going all the way into child's pose. So if you think you're kind of keeping, if you had a tail, you're keeping that tail reaching straight out behind you, not starting to tilt. And then back into the middle. And we'll do a little bit of knee hovers. So tucking the toes under. Remember, you can do them down on your elbows also if you want to give the wrists a rest. So tuck the toes under, try and let the shoulders shrug up to your ears, slide them away, keep the shoulders in position, and then exhale to hover, breathing in to hold, and then exhaling down. So I'm going to do some down on my forearms as well, just so that you can see. So I think when you're down on your forearms, you've got to be a bit more careful that you don't end up really pushing your bottom up to the ceiling. So it's still just that hover. Exhaling, breathing into hold. And then down. So if we do maybe two more, and then we'll come off the wrists and we'll give them another rest. And return. Okay. So stretch back. Shake out the wrists. And then coming all the way down again. And we're going to start again with one hand on top of the other. We're going to do a couple of different versions of double leg kick. Okay, so first version, the easier version is hands on the forehead, bending both knees. Keep, so legs are together, or legs are in parallel anyway. Belly button drawn away from the mat. We do our 3 kicks, kick, kick, kick. Lengthen the legs away, and at the same time stretch out and forward to the crown of the head. Exhale as you come down. Breathing in as you lengthen. Exhaling to come down. So each time you come down, you can turn your head to one side. Come up, everything is centered. Come down again, turn your head to the other side. Next time when you come down, you're going to take those hands from your forehead, you're going to clasp them behind you. Try and just let those elbows kind of relax to the floor. You do your 3 kicks again. Kick, kick, kick. Extend the legs and extend those arms. If you need to, let the hands go, okay? Breathing in to hold, and then exhaling as you come down. Kick, 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 and breathing in to extend. And back. And back. Okay, and one more. Okay, and relax back down. So coming back up to all fours. And we're going to do our climb exercise on all fours. So if you move one hand into the middle of your mat so that you kind of taken the weight over onto one side, onto one knee, and then you're going to put the other ankle on top. Okay. Then you're going to turn that leg out to the side. Exhaling as you sort of slide the leg out to the side and breathe in to turn. Okay, so still trying to keep that pelvis level as you slide the leg out to side, and then we do a few where we just move that whole leg. So open that whole leg out to the side. Heel, ankles no longer touching. 3, 2, and last one. And then just shuffle over or transfer your weight over onto the other knee. And then ankle sits on top. And we just do the other side. So we're trying to make sure that as you swing or slide the leg outside, we don't want the whole body to turn. Very much just that hip joint. And it does put more weight onto the shoulders and the wrist because we've only got one knee taking the weight. So it does make things a little bit heavier. And then that whole leg opening out, move that whole leg. Pressing out to the side. And 3, 2, and last one. And again, just stretch back, mainly to let those wrists recover there. Okay, so shake them out, get the circulation back into the wrists. Okay, and then last of all, almost last of all, down onto your tummies. So with your elbows in that sort of W shape there. So we're trying to keep the arms light on the floor. You know, let them rest on the floor, but just try not to push with them at the moment. Okay, engaging through the center, exhaling as you extend. So exhaling, you're really trying to stretch yourselves forward. Breathing in, exhaling down. So this level, perfectly good to just carry on at this level. Working on, you know, making sure that you can come up without using the arms, and you can always check by just hovering those arms, and if you fall back down, then you know that you were using the arms. For the next level, you come up as far as you can without using the arms, then you start to press the arms into the floor, keeping the front of the body connected as well. Breathing in at the top there and then exhaling all the way back down. So as far as you can without using those arms, and then standing, breathing in, exhaling down. And then the next level again, I'll just do a couple of these, is that you come up with those arms extended. By this time, we've got the legs extended too, and we bend those elbows so that we kind of rock with control, rock on that pelvis. Make sure that you're keeping that head extended as well so that you don't face plant on the floor. Okay, so one more, and then stretch back. Child's pose or cat stretch or some of each. So if you do come up to all fours, and then we'll take one foot, let one foot swing across, and you'll loop around to the toes. And let the other foot swing across and loop around to those toes. And then back to the middle there. So if you just come up onto the knees, and we'll take one foot out in front, and then you're just trying to stack everything on top of each other. So give the buttocks a wee squeeze, it sort of tilts the pelvis down at the back, millimeters, but enough for you to feel that stretch, a bit more of a stretch across the hip joint. And then just switching around, same on the other side. I'm holding that for maybe two or three breaths. And then bringing those knees back in line and tucking the toes under and smoothly uncurling. So we're going to finish off with a little bit of balance. We're going to do roll downs, but we're going to be lifting our heels. Okay, so nodding the head and just rolling down as normal. So roll down exactly as you normally do. And when you get to the bottom there, breathe in. And then you're going to lift the heels, and it can be just millimeters. It doesn't have to be high. And then you can try and keep the heels lifted as you exhale and uncurl. But if you feel like you're going to lose your balance, put the feet down straight away. Okay, everybody's still upright, good. So again, same thing again. Exhaling to curl over. Lifting the heels, and it can be millimeters or it can be more, but any kind of lift of the heels is going to affect your balance. You're going to exhale, you're going to uncurl. Back to standing. And then take the heels down. And then we try doing the other way around. So we lift the heels first. Okay. And then exhaling to curl over. Do be careful. I think find this one a wee bit more challenging. So do be careful and put the heels down if you need to. Once you've rolled down, putting the heels down, whatever, and then exhaling to uncurl. And last one, lifting the heels, trying to keep them lifted while you curl over. So you're really having to use the center there. It's helping with your balance, but it's also helping you to curl over. Breathing in, heels go down, and exhaling to return. Good, everyone's still there. Okay, so just finishing off, push the hands forward and really try and kind of tuck that tail under, really scooping the center, the front of the body rather, and then breathing in, turn those hands over. Breathing in and exhaling. And last one. Okay. And a good shake out of the arms. Okay, okay.